So let's hear it for our next comedian tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Forman.
Yes, that's right, another middle-aged white guy. I know I look young, but the way things are going, this could be the middle. I don't know. I've been looking for a job recently. It's not going super well. I'm doing this. I don't know if you've had to look for a job recently. If you haven't, it's pretty similar to what you might remember, except for the bit where they give you a job. We don't really go in for that sort of thing anymore. It's much more efficient for the resume to just print itself directly into the shredder where it was going to end up anyway. But I recently graduated college. Thank you. So I'm looking at sort of like entry-level, first real job type jobs. And I have to say, I feel like employers have sort of forgotten what entry-level is supposed to mean. You know, you'll go onto some sort of online posting and it'll be like, we're looking for someone who is straight out of college with 5 years of experience in the related field. PhD is recommended, but it's not required. We'd settle for someone with a master's. And you're gonna have to be on call 24/7. It's $15 an hour. At this point, I'm just gonna start exaggerating my resume. You know, they'll open it up and it'll be like, oh yeah, I have 3 years of experience as an executive point-of-sale specialist for a multi-million-dollar company. My job title. I think the French say cashier. It's rough out here. You gotta take experience where you can get it. I'm counting all of this as community service. You're all references, by the way. The big thing that's worrying people looking for jobs right now is AI. I don't know if you've heard about this. People are worried that you could be talking to someone online and they could be a robot and you wouldn't even know it. There'd be no way to tell. I mean, so far, the best way we have to tell if someone's a robot or not is to give them a grid of images and ask them which one has a stop sign in it. That's as good as we have so far. You see, the people who invented those tests thought, well, surely a robot can't recognize a stop sign. Robots don't know the rules of the road. Robots can't drive cars. Could you imagine that? A robot driving a car. That's ridiculous. Where would you even test technology like that? It'd have to be in some sort of lawless city where anything goes. Whatever city you want that joke to be about is fine. Sorry. Screenagers, am I right? I say the grid is the only way to test if someone's a robot or not. That's not actually true. There's a couple new ones that have come out since then. You might have seen this one where you just enter a page and there's just a box to click and you just click it and it loads for a little bit and it goes, oh, congratulations, you're a robot. If you're curious about how those work, and I was, how they work is as soon as you enter the page, it starts tracking your cursor because a robot will go straight to the box in a perfectly straight line. But a human won't be able to do that, they'll sort of waver. And at first when I learned that, I thought, oh, that's really interesting. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. You're telling me the way we find out if someone's a robot or not is the same way we find out if they've been drunk driving. And you know, we live in the future now. Robots are driving cars. So how useful is this? I mean, think about it. Imagine there's a self-driving car and it's driving along and it's sort of swerving this way and that. And the cop sees it and he pulls it over. He goes, oh, excuse me, you had anything to drink tonight? All right, if you can step out of the car. Which one of these is a stop sign? It's funny, actually, when I was writing that joke, I ran it by a friend of mine who's a lot more into the tech AI stuff than I am, and he asked a question. He said, well, what if the self-driving car was one of those fancy Chinese ones, you know, the ones that use LiDAR? Maybe that one would go in a straighter line. It wouldn't swerve around as much. I don't know if that totally makes sense to me, but if you don't mind, for his benefit, I'm just gonna do that whole joke again, but this time the self-driving car is Chinese. Okay, so a Chinese self-driving car is driving along, and it's going in a perfectly straight line. Good job, China. And a cop sees it, and he pulls it over, because it's an immigrant. Thank you very much, that's it for me.
All right. I'm going to tell you what I